Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Niger Knows. I'm Nika.
Felicia.
All right, as you can see, we are down two people, unfortunately. Usually isn't feeling well. Tori has some other things going on that she needs to take care of. So just so y'all know, we normally record like one day, we record two episodes in a row. So it's like, wow, they weren't there for 2 weeks. Technically, it's only one day. So
Yeah.
the next two episodes, though, you won't see them because they weren't able to be here today. But we will definitely revisit these topics when it's all four of us, to definitely get a conversation going. But we didn't want to stop. So today we are talking about self-control.
Mm.
Is it really self-control if you've never been tested? When you are tested, how do you deal with it? What do you do to make sure you're staying in line with whatever it is you said you wanted to stay in line with? So it's definitely an interesting topic. And Felicia, I can tell you already got something to say, so go ahead.
That's a doggone shame. That's a shame. Yeah, I like to say this thing that I am healing, I am not healed. So when God says, let me go on and give her this here and see how she handles this, I think it's important for me to remove myself from the
Mm,
situation because
right.
you may get the unhealed version of me. And nobody wants that. We don't want that. That's dangerous. And that could put us in places we don't want to be.
Right, right. It definitely can. And I feel the same. I'm healing. I'm not there. And self-control can be hard to do depending on what it is, depending on
Yes.
what your temptations are in any area of life. I'll just use like a real basic example. So my trainer challenged me to not eat cheese. Just so y'all know, I love cheese. I love pizza. I love mac and cheese. That's my favorite food. I like to eat just blocks of cheese. Like
She
I
sure do,
love
yo.
cheese. I really do. So, because of that, with the dairy, it causes, inflammation. It can cause, get you the bubble guts and stuff like that. Although I never had that issue, but he challenged me to not eat it, um, to, see what it does to my body. And I have to say, it's been 2 months. It's been hard, y'all, but I've been feeling a lot better. But here we go. So self-control, right? So a couple Sundays ago, I went to pastor's anniversary, right? And you know how they serve food and give you to-go plates. So I didn't really know what was on the plate. I knew I wanted chicken because I don't eat the pork. They had chicken and pork. I thought, well, give me the chicken plate. And let me tell you, when I opened that bad boy up, and it was a big old chunk of homemade baked mac and cheese sitting on there. And I
Ooh,
looked at it and I said, Lord,
glory.
Jesus, Jesus, help me, Lord. Because I want to dig my fork in there and eat it, but I didn't. I'm proud of myself that I didn't. I ate everything else and I ended up throwing it away. And I won't lie, I kind of threw it away on accident because I like closed it to not tempt myself. And then in conversation, kind of forgot it was there, threw it away. But I did not eat, I didn't even put my fork in it because I
Girl,
knew if I even put my fork and I heard that squishy sound and, and saw
it's
that
gonna be a
cheese
wrap.
come back up,
Gonna be a wrap.
and done. So in that case, I was able to exercise self-control, and I'm
Uh-huh.
happy about that.
God was like, is she really done eating cheese? All right, here you go. Here you go. And I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you. I
job.
have to say, like, sidebar, I do feel a lot better. Like, not
Good.
having, dairy so much has been really good for me. Really good for my gut, able to get some of this pouch down that
I know
I've been
that's
holding
right.
on to for 11 years, after having a baby. Almost a teenager. That's what I'm
11 years later, I'm getting rid of the baby waiting now.
I'm working on it. But Felicia, what do you do when you are, let's say it's a food, or let's say it's some other temptation that you need to say no, and it is there in your face? How good are you, or what do you do to make sure you are staying disciplined?
So people don't know this. So I used to be an example. I used to be a smoker, right? And I stopped smoking and I went to vaping, right? And it has now been over a year since I vaped, but I have, yay, don't it?
Hey.
But I've been put in situations where I'm telling you, like at the vape store, I got one on either end of me, one up here and one on this end. And there's situations where I'm like, I just want to hit that vape, or I see people and I'm like, oh, I remember that feeling. But I also have to remember how long I've gone and the reason why I'm doing it.
Right.
I want to do it for my, health reasons. My daughter wanted me to stop. So, family, health is just mind over matter. And I think you have to have a strong mind. You have to have a strong will to be able to overcome temptations in that
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. And there's other things that I have told myself, okay, you need to chill, like don't do this or whatever. And it's very hard. I mean, there's other things that I won't name that maybe because I'm not proud of myself, but I definitely did fall to temptation. Like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. But I enjoyed it. I won't lie. I enjoyed it
Hmm.
because that's what I wanted at the time.
Hmm.
But afterwards, like, once you finally swallow that last bite, you kind of like, dang.
You had that talk with yourself now.
Yeah, like, dang, you said you wasn't gonna do it and you did.
Hmm.
And you did not exercise any self-control. You didn't even try. Didn't even try.
So how do you like what do you do?
Similar to you, I kind of, remind myself, try to remind myself as the reason as to why.
Hmm.
And I think that it really takes a disciplined, determined mind to really truly, especially when you know it's something that's not really good for you anyway.
Absolutely.
It takes a determined mind because we're humans. We like to feel good,
Hmm.
whatever way that comes. We like to feel good. So yeah, I'm gonna take a hit of that vape. Yeah, I'm gonna, have all this sex, or yeah, I'm gonna eat this food because it makes me feel good, even though we
Hmm.
know those things may not be the best for us. So I think you really got to determine in your mind that I want to do what's best for me and try your best not to deter from it.
Hmm.
It doesn't always work. You will fall. That happens. We're human, but you have to always get back up and say, all right, today's day one again, and that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So in going in another direction though, how do you handle yourself in situations, maybe say where it's involving another person? Oh
in what
wow.
way? In what way? What
She
way?
pulled a me, y'all. She was like, wait, what?
I'm trying to like I'm sitting here trying to debate how much of my personal business I want to tell because I give like generals. I don't give real details when I'm talking about my personal stuff. I mean, because I tell you, but
Yes.
some things I don't necessarily want to put out on the World Wide Web. When it involves another person, depending on what it is.
Okay, anger. Because you have to, to keep
mm,
yourself from going there, you have to exercise some sort of reserve and self-control. How do you keep yourself from going off the handle?
I've only ever maybe truly like blacked out, lost my temper maybe 3 times ever in my life because I learned very early on how to control my emotions very well to the point where I'm pretty much monotone. It's seemingly emotionally dead.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot of times, especially now as I've gotten older, and my filter is real thin. I
Paper
used to have a
thin.
thick filter. I could control my mouth. But now it's like, it got holes in it. It's, things be slipping on and be like, oh, shoot, and I can't catch it, you know. So a lot of times I won't lie, I count to myself, like count to 10, like very fast, like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how I control myself because I know me. And, most people, because I am so quiet and reserved, kind of chill, people don't
They're
like,
not going to
she
expect
ain't
you
gonna do
to.
nothing.
Hmm.
But when I blow, and I know what that looks like. And if I allow myself to go there and act on what's going on in my head, like I might wake up and be like, oh, shoot,
What did I do?
right. I guess I'm doing it in the life because
Right?
here we go, so it's very hard, but a lot of times I'll like count in my head or again, like, okay, it's not worth it. It's not worth your energy. It's not worth your energy, Nikat. It's not worth your energy, Nikat.
Yeah.
Think about afterwards, how you gonna feel afterwards. What are you gonna think afterwards? It's not worth your energy. So a lot of talking to myself.
It's that part. Because a lot of times I think when we don't exercise self-control, we end up doing and saying things that I think we may mean or may not mean, and it's hard to recover from that. So I think for me, I do get quiet
Yeah.
and I I retreat because I've seen, like you said, you've blown up what one? No, you said 3 times. I've had one blow up. No, maybe a couple more. Yeah, it has been a couple more. There's a few that I've, put way back in my mind. But like you said, I know what that looks like, and it's dangerous. And
Hmm.
it's crazy because you try to explain that to people, and they're like, "What does that mean?" You don't want to find out. So
Right.
it's best that I keep my mouth closed and I be over here and you go over there because I'm either going to say something or I'm going to do something.
Hmm.
And I don't know how I'm going to look in an all orange jumpsuit, you know? I mean, I like orange, but I don't know if I want an all orange jumpsuit, you know?
Orange ain't really my color, you know.
Yeah, now if they said all purple jumpsuit,
Yeah, we could
be
work
it won't be so
it.
bad.
Yeah, and I think we kind of touched on it in a previous episode. Maybe it was a love
Yes.
language. I don't remember, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have to watch myself because I'm one that, again, I don't I'm on a podcast, so obviously I'm talking. And clearly you can see I talk a lot if you watch them. However, out in the general public, I'm not that big of a talker. More than
No.
likely I'll be the person in the corner at the party, like watching
Uh-huh.
everybody and,
Yeah. Or
cheering.
finding that one person to talk to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I'm less likely to talk and I'm more likely to do. And
Yeah.
in the instances where I did do, my hands were around the neck. That's that I immediately went for the neck. And
See?
another time it was, both cases were man. Another time, like I had on these pointy boots and
Uh,
whatever he said, and I just literally like blacked out and I just went to kick him in his special private place with my pointy toe boots. And he
ow.
was like, and he was saying my name, like, stop, stop. Cause I was like gone, I was ready to fight.
Don't try
And
to
actually
stop
the
me now.
same
You weren't
person, it
stopping
happened
before.
twice because there was another time and something else happened, and this had to do with him with these other women and that type of thing. And one thing I don't like, sidebar, just tell me what it is. Even if
Yes.
you think you're gonna hurt my feelings, like if I were to tell y'all some of the things that have been said to me before, trust me, you will not hurt my feelings. Because some horrible things have been said to me by my own family members. So whatever you gonna say, it ain't really. I might not like
Exactly.
it, but it ain't really gonna hurt my feelings. So tell me the truth. And he was lying, and I don't like that, especially when I ask you and I already know you're lying. So if I'm asking you, I already know. So don't lie to me, and I got the answer right here. You know what I'm saying? Like that
That's
will
just gonna
make
piss you
me.
off even more.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't like how it was in those instances because again, I don't talk, I do. And so it's best for me to just once people fuss at the once people fuss at the
Be like, let me go over here and get in this
Have you
corner
ever lost
and
your cool?
who?
Have you ever lost your cool? Like you
Oh,
said once, like flipped out?
yes.
I have to tell details if you don't want to.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, who's watching this? No. The first time I remember I was early 20s. I was, young. This was maybe around the time I think I was pregnant with Maya, and I lost my cool on her dad. Didn't get physical, but I remember, I don't know what he said, but whatever he said, I remember making him a sandwich. And I remember taking said sandwich and I colored the wall with it because I chucked at home. And I wanted to throw it at him, but he had already left. The second time, he put his hands on me. And
Mm.
all I remember is getting up. And I'm like, well, I mean, either I'm gonna be in the hospital or he is. But one thing you're not gonna do is put your hands on me, not now, not never. And I remember I fractured my hand because he grabbed me. He was like, "This is crazy." And I remember doing like this to get him off me, and I was hitting him in the head. Other time, I was being antagonized, and I remember pushing the person and breaking a closet door
Oh,
because yeah. This was a while ago, but I actually called you after. I don't know if you remember that because I had completely lost I lost all sense of I don't know, y'all, if you've ever been pushed to a point where you lose all sense of direction, you lose all sense of self. And it's almost like everything just gets quiet and it gets dark and you just snap. And then after it happens, you're like, oh. And then you're like this because it's like, what the fuck did I just do?
right.
Because your intention is never, you don't want, especially if you love and care about somebody, right? Your intention is never to hurt that person, right? but
Right.
it's like somebody is just pushing and pushing and egging and egging. I
Mhm.
mean, at the end of the day, you get what you get because I told you to leave me alone.
And yeah. And I remember that day. I knew he was gonna mention it, but I didn't know how much detail you wanted to go to.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
clearly remember that, and I was just like, "Wait, what's going on? Do I need
yeah,
to get in my car? Because
yeah,
you know how I am. I pull
yeah.
up.
So let's
Me and
go.
my friends that know me and have been in situations know I pull up. Like I
Yes,
get in my car and I pull up. What we got to do? That's what I
yes.
do. And I definitely was. What you need me
Like,
to do now? I'm ready. I'm
what we
ready.
doing?
Let's go.
Because
Thankfully, it didn't, get to that point, but I
no,
do remember that day very clearly, and I was just like, "Oh wow, okay, so this
yeah,
something has to change because
yeah,
Felicia don't go off. If
no.
Felicia is going off, like it's a
It's a
bad
problem.
problem. It's
Exactly.
a problem." Yeah, and I'm the same way. If I go off, because I never go off. If I go off, yeah, it's been too much. And another reason for self control, or the reason I do try to make sure I exercise that, is because sometimes if I do go off, obviously you've pushed me to that, but
Hmm.
now you're going to get the culmination of every person that's ever pushed me ever in life
Yes.
that I didn't go
Yes.
off on. So now you're getting freaking World War III when maybe you only deserve like a little battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now I'm freaking going for blood because you
And you
pissed
didn't
me
even
off, and
deserve all
now
that.
you and everybody else and your mom and your grandmama and your next three generations, everybody finna get it,
Everybody can go straight to hell. How about
Now you don't
that?
push me. You don't push me.
Self-control is important, people.
Yes.
It is extremely important, especially as we get older and we learn the importance of just, taking a step back and asking, is this worth my time? Is it worth my energy? Is it something I can sit down and then come back to later with a more calm, level head?
I'm stuttering. Hold on. Let's touch on the age thing just a little bit because I feel like I'm on the opposite. Because it's like, you get older, you get more wisdom, you learn how to control yourself better. But I
Mhm,
feel like I'm going the opposite direction. I always had really, really good self-control, other than them
mhm.
couple of times. And now I feel like I'm the opposite, and not necessarily physically where I want to smack
It's
somebody, which, yeah, but my mouth, like sometimes I've said things and be like, oh,
maybe
hmm.
that I shouldn't have
I
said
mean,
that.
I
That
meant
wasn't
it,
nice.
but was that necessary?
Yeah.
Did I need to say that? No, you
And I'm gonna
didn't.
be her hype man and say, yes. Continue.
Well, I feel like the older I get, like I said earlier, my filter is like almost non-existent at this point. And I know that I get it from my mother, well, that side of the family, I should say. My delivery isn't always
The
the best. Now, if
best.
I'm telling you something, it's out of love because that's what we do, unless
Hmm.
unless it's somebody, some random person I don't know. But my delivery, I realized like, oh, like Nikki, you could say the same thing, but you didn't have to say be so harsh about it. Cause I tell it like I tell it like it is. I'm gonna just be real blunt because I don't like to beat around the bush. I like people to be direct with me.
Give me the meat and
Be direct.
potatoes. Give me the meat
Yeah.
and
So I'll
potatoes.
be
That's
direct with
it.
you. And I'm gonna say that like what's going on? Real straight.
I think that takes understanding too and knowing you. Because I mean, there's been times you said stuff to me, but I can't think back at a time where I'm like, dang, well, why she had to say it? Never thought that. Because I know it's all in love and I probably was doing something dumb. Like, girl, get your shit together. What is you doing? Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty
I
much
know.
how it comes out. Like, you
Yeah.
gonna be stupid or not? Like, what we doing? Let me
You
know
want to
so I know
change or
how to,
not?
so I can just be like, okay, it's all right. She's stupid.
Yeah.
Just just pat on the back. It's okay, little stupid. Just let me know so I know how I need to react. If you just gonna be stupid,
See?
okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But at least I
Yeah.
know. So I'm not gonna keep preaching to you about you need to, she right.
Exactly.
And vice versa. I know you've done the same thing with me. Like,
Yeah.
ma'am.
What are you doing? And I'm the same way, like, what is you doing? You did what? Wait. What now? Yeah. So I mean, we both have the same delivery. I mean, it is what it is. It takes knowing the person you're dealing with. That's all.
Yeah.
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 And if
Yeah.
you take
Well,
some offense to it, I need you to go put your big girl panties on, okay?
right. Right, definitely. But I'm trying to be more look at me stuttering. I'm trying to be more mindful because I do realize like sometimes I've said things and be like, yeah, even though that person may know you're saying out of love, like that was a little harsh, you're a little preachy with it. Come on, preacher. Sit down, preacher.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes I do
I
have
get.
to
I'm here for the meat
remember
and
that
potatoes,
kind
so
of
I don't know.
stuff.
I'm just okay. Do you really want to calm it
Yeah. Like what I've been to, like we have conversations, but I be telling myself, drink water and mind your business, Nika. Mind your business. Okay. If they ask your opinion, cool. But don't ask, oh, hey, how's
down? Mm-mm.
because sometimes people, everybody's on their own journey. People got to go through things their own way. And you steady preaching really ain't doing nothing because they gonna choose that other way every single time. So they
And
got
like
to
I
learn on
said,
their own.
grown people gonna do what grown people want to do, right? So
Yeah.
let grown people be.
Yeah. Mind your business, nigga. Does it affect you? Does it affect whether or not you can pay your bills? No? All
And
right.
it don't.
Mind
Okay.
your business. Mind your business.
Self-control. See? Self-control. See, another example of self-control, people. Learning how to mind your business and stay out of other people.
Stay out of other people's business. So this was a great episode. We're gonna use some self-control and stop talking now. But we're gonna put all of our socials here. And make sure you check us out, like, share, subscribe, comment, and we're gonna do this again when all of us are here. Talk about self-control so we can get EJ's and Tori's perspective and see how they exercise self-control, what they be doing when they faced with temptation. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we got for y'all. All right. Peace out.
Bye.